There are still a lot of questions this morning about that shooting that happened late last night here at Meadow Park's apartment. And to answer your question, Tyler, some of the neighbors have big trees that are knocked over, but nothing like this home right behind me, which had its roof blown away by the wind. I'm going to get behind the camera and zoom in to give you a better look. Now I'm at the Floyd County Ag Center, which is right across from the fairgrounds, and you can see one of their walls is completely on its side. The Wabasha County Sheriff's Office says no matter the skill level of a boater, they should always wear a life vest and never go on a boat alone. Usually at this time in the year, Schwenn's greenhouses are full of plants, but instead right now they look like this. But I want you to take a look at my news card this morning. It's completely covered in a dusting of snow. Drivers are doing inspections, like making sure the mirrors are in place to make sure the buses are safe for the students to hop on. I don't know if this is ambitious or just plain crazy, but probably a little bit of both. Take a look behind me. The action is underway. We are in a polar vortex, and kids here are trying to break the world record for the coldest hockey game ever played. Let's start right away with a check of your forecast. KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sarah Knox is in the forecast center. And Sarah, I can't help but notice this beautiful shot of Rochester behind me and you. It's shaping up to be a pretty gorgeous day.
It is not a bad way to start the work week.
New at 6 tonight, a Subway restaurant worker in Rochester is being cited for disorderly conduct after allegedly telling a Muslim woman in the restaurant to, quote, go back to her country. A Minnesota man is pleading guilty to not properly securing items on his car while driving last fall, nearly causing a dangerous accident. Take a look at this video on I-94 near St. Cloud. All right, well, I know the rain is good, but I am very excited for those sunny and warm temperatures.
You and me both. You and me both. The rain is good, but severe weather, maybe not so much.
All right, well, thank you so much, Sarah. And if you do plan on taking advantage of that beautiful weather Sarah's talking about by heading to Quarry Hill Nature Center, be aware of some construction starting today. A potted plant out of place is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the damage Mother Nature left on Chris Olson's doorstep.
My wife's phone went off and it said tornado warning in Floyd County. The minute that went off, it was coming through the house.
The Charles City farmer is cleaning up after tornadoes tore giant trees from the ground and threw them into his house.
We just patched everything up to keep water out of it yesterday.
The tornado also hit Olson's barn, leaving it looking like this. What kind of goes through your mind when you just look over and see this?
Just the destruction of it and how fast it went. There's lawnmowers in there. There's, a little bit of everything in there. We haven't started digging out anything yet.
It's one of the last parts to clean up for Olson, thanks to neighbors that sprung into action after the tornado.
The neighbors were pulling in right and left, making sure everything was okay.
Helping Olson patch the roof, move the trees, and fix the garage doors that had been pushed in. The help from others is the silver lining on a cloud of destruction.
Oh, there's no words to express it. It was great.
Olson says he's going to hold off from cleaning up all of this until the insurance company can come by and assess the damage. Reporting in Charles City, Annalisa Pardo, KIMT News 3. This is Jerry Hackman. Although around here she's known as...
We're excited too, Grandma.
Grandma Jerry.
I don't even know if the staff knows her last names.
Grandma Jerry is getting an Inspire Award from the Minnesota Coalition of Battered Women for her work volunteering with the Women's Shelter and Support Center in Rochester, helping victims of abuse.
Oh, I thought everybody should have it that's down there. Not just me.
Susie Christensen is the executive director of the center and is the one who nominated Grandma Jerry.
She does what grandmas do. She talks to the kids, she sits with them, she does puzzles.
Which Christensen says makes a real difference for the women and their kids who are often isolated from their families. Though Grandma Jerry can't remember how she started volunteering here, she hasn't forgotten why she started.
When you make them feel equal, that was my object, to make them feel no less, no better than anybody.
And at 98 years old, Grandma Jerry has been volunteering for 5 hours a day, 4 days a week, for the past 17 years.
But it seems like yesterday, what I miss is that I can't lift the children anymore.
But she can still offer her kindness and laughter and teach the women in need like they've taught her.
How they can spring back. There's no bottom to anybody's life. You can make the best of it.
In Rochester, Annalisa Pardo, KIMT News 3.